"This is Korda," he snarled, his ire building. "Location is not secure. We have been fired upon. Brother Captain Cedere has been killed." Cedere. The Kalidas knew the name, the commander of the 13th Company. But that was impossible. The warrior Kell had shot wore the mantle, the unique robe belonging to the Primarch himself. "Horus!" Nikran was calling, tears running down his face. "Oh, for the stars, no! Not the War Master, please!" "Orders," said Korda, ignoring the babbling nobleman. Coin could not hear the reply transmitted to the sergeant's earbead, but the shift in set of the Space Marine's jaw told the tale of exactly what had been said. With a jolt of fear, the Kalidas turned and broke away, sprinting down the steps towards the crowds. Coin heard the peal in Nikran's voice over the rush of the mob and turned in mid-run. The governor was shaking his hands, racked with sobs in front of the impassive, grey-armoured Astartes. His words were lost, but he was doubtless begging or pleading to Korda, vainly making justifications. With a small movement, the warrior raised the barrel of his bolter and shot the governor at point-blank range, blasting his body apart. As one, Korda's men followed his example, turning their guns toward the nobles and executing them. Over the bass chatter of bolt fire, the Astartes roared out an order, and it cut through the bedlam like a knife. "Burn this city!" he shouted. Devram Korda serves as a member of the Black Legion during the era Indomitus. Present during the calamitous civil war which tore the Imperium asunder, this former sergeant of the Sons of Horus 13th Company served under Captain Luke Cedere for many years of conflict. Present during the infiltration of the Vengeful Spirit by the Clade Venenum assassin, Tobeld, this warrior pursued the interloper within the bowels of his Primarch's flagship, confronting him alongside the Wordbearer's first chaplain, Erebus. Slaying the assassin in the name of the War Master, little would Korda know of the next gambit of the Sigillite, assembling a team comprised of an assassin of each clade known as a Execution Force, which would once more attempt to slay the Lupercal. Witnessing the death of Luke Cedere upon the world of Dagonet, his captain's fall at the hands of the Vindicare sniper, Aristide Kell, clad in his Primarch's armor, though an intentional ruse to draw out their assailants, nevertheless stoked anger in Devram's heart. Ordering the Sons of Horus to mete out retribution amongst the populace of Dagonet, as the traitor Astartes rooted out the Execution Force, root and stem, the planet would become little more than a funeral pyre for his fallen comrade. Locating the remains of Erebus's experimental operative, Spear, chiding the Wordbearer for his use of a witchcraft-corrupted agent. Though dismissed by the War Master to speak with the chaplain in private, no other accounts pertain to his remaining service during the Civil War. Escaping the shadow of his failed superiors following the Siege of Terra and dismantling of the Sons of Horus Legion, under the stewardship of the newly ascended champion of Chaos, Abaddon the Despoiler, Korda found new purpose as a lieutenant of his new War Master. Infamous for his leadership of the Black Legion during the atrocity of Sorora, word tells of his distilling of the planet's largest hive population into a single vial of elixir, to which he ingested in a single draft. Said to be invulnerable to all forms of damage for a time after drinking this concoction, Devram went on to conquer the entire Sorora system, crafting more elixirs for his personal use, harvesting entire populations from its worlds. Aiding the Despoiler's Black Crusades, rewarded for his service with the promotion to the rank of Lord Purgator, this foremost member of the Chosen of Abaddon is responsible for the enslavement of conquered civilizations to serve as chattel for the Black Legion's fleets to which he commands. Pledging his soul to She Who Firsts, leading his own warband of Slaanesh-devoted Astartes, the Children of Torment, Devram leads his men as the first of Abaddon's lieutenants to make planetfall upon unspoiled worlds. Remaining the most veteran of the Chosen of Abaddon, responsible for recruiting new members into its fold, doubtless Devram Korda shall continue to serve the whims of the War Master until his dying breath.